everybody, and welcome to another video. Today we're going to be comparing the factory Triumph bike. It's the same as all the other factory bikes, just with the Triumph body. I thought it'd be kind of fun and put it up against the OEM preview bike that came out just a few days ago. Should be quite fun. Let's get right into this thing. First, we have 7 laps on each bike, and first up we have the factory Triumph bike. I have done warm-up laps on both bikes, so let's kick it off here and see what we can do, see what we can cook up. It's going to be about consistency, lap times, and just all of the bike feel. I'll explain all of it in the end of the video, which one I like better, which one really did what better than the other, and then I might take this thing out on Motocross because I haven't done that yet, so I do want to kind of build that opinion for myself as well. We'll go third gear. This quad is extremely easy on the factory bike, and then you barely have to coast into that, use some engine braking to kind of slow you down. Now the whoops, as long as you hit them the right way here on the factory bike, they are quite overpowered. So far so smooth on this lap here. Got that section quite well. Last turn, I'm gonna just grease it for fun. A 40 or a 54.329 to start this thing off. See if we can better that and just overall get a good feel for the bike through the next 6 laps. This lap might even be faster than the last. We need a good run through the whoops, getting a little cross-eyed. Then we'll go up through the inside here. It is not faster, but maybe we can make it faster. Over jump there, didn't scrub nearly as hard as needed. So this lap will come in still as a 54, maybe. It looks like that'll be like a 54.9. If not, it'll be a very low 55, as I've already come into this quite slow. But I think towards the end of these laps is when I'm going to start trying to put down burners, as I'm going to jump off the track here. Just a lot of power in these things. It's like a 450 or 350 sort of power in a 250 body. It's very different. Oh, we tried it from the inside. It didn't work out. That is my bad. I'll probably do the same thing on the OEM preview. It looked possible, felt possible, especially on this bike, but I don't know, got a little carried away. So 54.9 was last time around, like I said, and now we're gonna case that. We're not putting ourselves in a good spot here. Off the side again, too busy looking elsewhere and focusing on the little bump there, trying to get my front wheel up and over it, like wheelie up and over it, kind of like this one. If you can you know, chip your front wheel just barely, it definitely raises your time. This no sweat at all, just can go over that. I'm sure I can get the quad. Just don't know how worth it is. So this right here, if you head up the outside and you know want to triple on, you can. It's still there, and no way I come up short there, out of all places. All right, dial in. Last lap didn't count, funny enough, so this one might not as well, because we went off the track after the triple coming up. Yep, this lap didn't count either, so I don't know if we should tack on another 2 laps and just run 9. Not quite sure. Now that last lap there was a 54.6, so we're just kind of circling around the 54s unless we get a little out of it. And I didn't even check what lap that was. I think that might be lap 5 or so, as we're getting a little cross-eyed again. Back up and over that, go inside. I've always wanted to try to like triple from that to there. It makes more sense. And yeah, this lap is predictively, like, you could always know after the start of that lap it wasn't going to be as fast. So that is lap 5. So these last, or that was lap 6, so we're on lap 7 right now, meaning we probably got to go for the gold here. We're going to try to not run a ultra burner, because that's where I really get ahead of myself here. So we're going to try to just put in a good lap, you know, stay low, kind of scrub a lot of things, and just try to round off the corners nicely and go faster, you know, than you might want to. So we're going to try to not scrub over that, but we're going to try the quad. We get it, barely. Come flying in there, still not really slowing down much. 4th gear through the whoops. We are up on our lap quite a bit. Now this tabletop here, almost perfect, not quite. Are able to hug that inside enough. Try to stay a little bit lower here. Downside this. Into the corner we go, sweeping around, scrub that last double. 3rd gear, 53.3 is actually pretty good here, and that is lap 7. So we are not going to run the extra 2 laps, like I said, because it kind of signifies how out of hand this thing can get if you aren't really paying attention. So it kind of costed us 2 laps there. Go to the OEM preview over here, if it'll ever load. It takes a little bit longer, but look at the kit. Now I think about it, we actually put the OEM preview at kind of a disadvantage here without, you know, running any practice laps beforehand, because I had been practicing on the factory bike, and then I went with the factory bike and I did the OEM preview bike before that. So yeah, haven't touched this thing, and latest preference we have, or reference I should say, is the factory bike. So we'll have to dial it in here for the first couple of laps, and then we might start hammering down here with the OEM preview bike, which does have different center of gravity. I'm gonna save myself the lap there. First lap's off, and this is already, I mean, okay, well then, I was gonna say I'm already more comfortable than the factory bike through there from what I remember, but I guess not. And we'll have to just kind of dial it in here first lap. It's already kind of scrapped anyways, so we'll have to just do the best we can to try to not do stuff like this throughout the whole time. Just trying to adjust back to this thing. Now, big line here, I'm sure we can get it, but I just know you cannot get the quad. So we'll have to just settle with that triple, or the quad triple. And then the whoops is very difficult on this bike, which I prefer, actually. I prefer having the difficult whoops. First lap coming to a close, and we are already up on our lap. A 103.7, attaboy. Just rolling right now. Try to get a nice scrub off of that. Okay, left to right just didn't really work out there. Jump back over the tough blocks and try to get this triple. We are struggling right now. We got to put it together these last few laps, because I tell you what, it's not going to be a good rep for the OEM preview bike compared to the factory. But like I said, we're already at that disadvantaged mark right now, to the point where it's not already kind of balanced. While we're at it and sucking, might as well try this from the outside. Okay, well, messed that up big time too. We are still up on our last lap, so that's good news. Coming across here, third gear is where I like these sort of bikes. It's just these, it's like a nice sweet spot. We'll jump around here. People don't like that line. They like to go just fully like inside or fully outside, but that's actually faster on a 250, so just a little newsflash if you ever find yourself playing this track. The whoops, like I mentioned, are very challenging, and yep, that's them being challenging. Oh, that's so annoying. We actually had a pretty good lap going, nothing like special or anything like that, but definitely had a lap going, and now that it's kind of scrapped, it's not good, but it'll still be better than our other laps we have, despite over jumping that and having to double this once again. We are in shambles right now. We've got to put together these last 4 laps. Better than any 4 laps I've ever put together in my life. And the whoops again, better run, but not great, and that's going to lose us quite a bit of time. Landing outside and then apexing in's actually good, but I don't think it's better. And then we'll still go for this triple, just because there's no point to check up for that double when you can still kind of clear it. And this lap comes across at a 54.592, so 54.6 is not anywhere close to a 53.3. Gets stuck up in a tough block, and that's going to be rough to come back from too. Trying to get some drive through these whoops here, as we are struggling the most there. Among other places, I think that the whoops are definitely the most difficult obstacle on this Supercross track compared to most. But it is almost ultra heater time, which is what I'm going to have to do to prove the OEM's good, is try to put up a good lap, as this is lap number 5, or that was lap number 5, and we're on 6 right now. So we'll have to start to put together a good flow and prep for lap number 7, where we'll try to set it down, but we'll also try to do pretty well here. So we're jumping pretty deep into that berm. The deciding factor on these laps is definitely the whoop, so as long as we can kind of keep it pinned, like marginally at least, like even something like that works. It's not perfect, but it works, and we just gotta like just try to stay as low as we can, try not to chip any more of this. I guess I'm gonna have to try to go inside, cheese my way out of it, and it's gonna put us off to a bad start for our last lap, or we'll try to set something down. That was a 54.8, so even slower than our previous best lap. Go third gear. We're gonna have to really pour it on. We'll try to jump and like scrub into this corner. It works out, but we're gonna we're getting close to those. I thought we were gonna crash headed into those bales. We're gonna go third gear, try to get the wind and drive we need. I'm just gonna kind of try to scrub that the best we can. Jump up into this berm, which is also a disadvantage when heading into these whoops, but we do get an okay drive. It's better than we've ever had. Trying to get up over this as well. We are heavily up on our lap, not like crazy to the point where we're matching the factory bike, but without that quad line, this is actually a pretty good lap. Nothing crazy, but a 53.853 without the quad line. Wow. So we really poured it on right here, lap 4 to 5 and 6 to 7. 6 and 7 were the best like 2 laps I could put together, and they weren't even great. I just went faster here than everywhere else at a 53.8. It's good, and like I said, we missed one of the big lines. The whoops are not nearly as easy on the OEM preview bike, so I don't know. Whatever one feels better, which is the OEM preview to me, it has its disadvantages, and the factory is just overall probably more fun and easier to just hop on and have a fun experience versus like something like the OEM where it's a little bit more calculated. You kind of have to ease in, like it's more lifelike in a sense of figuring it out. So to discuss the final thing here, it is going to be this on Motocross. I am aware, or I guess I wasn't aware, but I am now, that there is deform on this track. A little unfortunate, but yeah, this is Hangtown of this year, so Rancho Cordova of the TFC recent aerial series. It was fun doing this little comparison here. Tell me what you guys want to see more on the channel between like comparisons, fun little things we can do, races even I'm open to nowadays. So let me know what you guys are kind of feeling, as I'm kind of feeling this bike here, or the factory bike, on some Moto right now. So we'll see what we can put together in the future video wise, and we'll try to jump to the inside here. I haven't played this in so long, but yeah, let me know. I need to know, you know, if you guys want good content, let me know what to post, and hopefully it's good. That's gonna be it for me. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys enjoyed, go ahead and leave a like, go down, subscribe, go watch any of the past content on the channel. It would help out so much, and I guarantee you'll like it. So that'll be all for me. Thank you guys for watching. Deuces.